The 40 Life-Changing Lessons from Proverbs, Biblical Wisdom for Daily Living. Introduction, a well of divine wisdom. There is a book in the Bible that does not shout, yet it changes lives. It does not rely on trends. It does not bend to culture. It does not expire with generations. It is the Book of Proverbs. Largely attributed to King Solomon, Proverbs is more than poetry. It is divine wisdom condensed into powerful, practical truth. Every verse carries clarity. Every line carries direction. Every lesson carries protection. Proverbs reveals a God who cares not only about our spiritual destiny, but about how we speak, how we think, how we work, how we lead, how we treat others. Wisdom is not information. Wisdom is transformation. Today, we walk through 40 life-changing lessons from Proverbs, not just to learn them, but to live them. Section 1. The Foundation of Wisdom. The very first lesson sets the tone for everything. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. To fear God is not to live in terror, it is to live in reverence. It means acknowledging His authority, trusting His perspective above your own, submitting your understanding to His truth. Many reject instruction because they trust themselves too much. But Proverbs teaches that humility is the gateway to wisdom. If you want clarity in confusion, if you want peace in chaos, if you want direction in uncertainty, it begins with reverence, not pride, not self-confidence, not human logic, reverence. And from that reverence flows trust. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Partial trust produces partial peace. Total trust produces divine clarity. Section 2. The Power of Your Words. Proverbs speaks repeatedly about the tongue, because your mouth shapes your life. A soft answer turns away wrath. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. The tongue of the wise brings healing. Your words can escalate conflict or restore peace, crush spirits, or build courage. Wisdom pauses before speaking. The righteous think before they answer. The wise guard their mouth. The patient overlook offenses. In a world addicted to reaction, Proverbs calls us to restraint. Ask yourself before speaking, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? A gentle tongue reflects a strong spirit. True strength is not loud, it is controlled. Section 3. Guard your heart. Guard your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the issues of life. Your heart is the control center of your life. Your thoughts, your motives, your desires, everything flows from there. If your heart is filled with envy, your peace will rot. With pride, destruction will follow. With bitterness, relationships will suffer. But if your heart is filled with wisdom, humility, love, gratitude, your life will reflect it. God sees the heart. We justify actions. God examines motives. True wisdom begins internally. Section 4. Humility versus pride. Pride goes before destruction. Pride is subtle. It whispers, I know better. I don't need correction. I'm above this. But Proverbs warns pride blinds before it breaks. Humility, however, attracts grace. God gives grace to the lowly. Before honor comes humility. The world promotes self-exaltation. Proverbs promotes surrender. The humble accept correction, welcome instruction, grow through rebuke. A teachable spirit is a protected spirit. Section 6. Relationships shape destiny. He who walks with the wise becomes wise. You cannot ignore the power of influence. Your circle shapes your direction. Walk with fools and destruction follows. Walk with the wise and discernment grows. Proverbs also teaches love covers offenses. Hatred stirs conflict. A faithful friend is a treasure. Choose relationships that sharpen you. Peace in a home is greater than abundance with strife. Wisdom builds, foolishness tears down. Section 7. Diligence and discipline. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule. Laziness is not harmless. A little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty comes. Proverbs paints laziness as slow destruction. Diligence, however, produces influence, builds stability, honors God. The path of the lazy is full of thorns. The path of the righteous is made straight. Wisdom works. It plans. It prepares. It acts. Commit your plans to the Lord, and He establishes them. Section 7. Integrity over riches. A good name is better than riches. Wisdom is better than gold. Character outweighs currency. Money can disappear. Reputation echoes for generations. Honesty in business, truth in speech, faithfulness in commitments. Integrity guides the upright, even when unseen, especially when unseen. Section 8. Self-control is true strength. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. The world celebrates conquest. Proverbs celebrates control. Ruling your spirit is greater than ruling a city. Patience is power. Restraint is strength. The righteous are bold like a lion, not because they are loud, but because their conscience is clear. Section 9. Contentment and peace. Do not envy sinners. Envy corrodes the soul. Comparison steals joy. Contentment brings life. A cheerful heart is good medicine. Peace in a simple home is better than abundance with conflict. True wealth is internal. Final lesson. The fear of the Lord leads to life. Proverbs begins and ends with this truth. The fear of the Lord leads to life. Reverence produces security, satisfaction, protection, peace. Wisdom is not a destination, it is a daily pursuit. It shapes how you speak, lead, work, forgive, plan, love. The wisdom of Proverbs is not given to make us intelligent, it is given to make us righteous. So let this be your prayer. Lord, teach me to live wisely. Shape my heart, guide my words, direct my steps. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding. When you embrace wisdom, you embrace life.